Good morning. Today is our last day here in Atacama. Sadly, tomorrow we are flying back. And we will take advantage today of the time that we have to do the last few things we haven't done yet. And so do you want to tell them where are we now?
Yes, so we just crossed the entrance of the park of the so-called Mars Valley, so that you can also see in the background. We are just behind the entrance, and there are still breathtaking views. Really looks a little like I would imagine the Mars looks like. Very interesting. Now we drive further with the car through this small valley, and at the end there's something like a viewpoint, and then we have to hike a bit. Yes, I'm very looking forward for our next action here.
This is how the entrance of the park looks like. The guide was explaining us that this is the Cordillera de la Sal, the Salt Cordillera. So yeah, it's really a special thing that I have never seen such a thing before. And let's see, as Fabian said, we can do most of the way by car, which I think is good on the sun, or what do you think?
Yes, it's very hot, and walking here would be very exhausting. And I think I would need to put sun protection every 20 minutes or something. And yeah, you also have to bring a lot of water, and it's quite fun to go here by car, by the way, through these sandy roads. And look at it, it's just crazy.
Yeah, it's really
crazy that it's possible to drive here by car and to just come here and see this.
Crazy to imagine is how were these roads built. As Fabian said, it's insane that we are driving in such a place, but to think when were they built and how hard was it. We just saw a very big mountain. In general, it's I don't know, a super unusual terrain, right? So I don't know, I can imagine it was a huge effort.
Yes, maybe we should read something about this, how it was possible to build the roads here in general in the Atacama Desert. And as you can see, the roads usually in the national parks or in general are a little bit bumpy, so you have to be very careful to drive here. And there on the right side you can see people snowboarding.
Sandboarding.
Yeah, sandboarding. I want to say snowboarding in the sand. And yeah, another thing that you can do here. So we parked our car down there, and this is the hike that follows now. And it's very hot in the sun. Luckily we brought enough water. And at the beginning you just walk on a lot of sand. And now we are entering the canyon, and yeah, it's super interesting. Also the view again looks really like the Mars or something. I can really imagine how they test here some test drives with cars that can be used on the Mars or so. And I'm already out of breath. Now there's a small canyon we walk through. I hope there will be some shadow because the sun is burning. And yeah, there's not really shadow or something around. So if you come here, bring sun protection, enough water, and a hat, sunglasses, and so on. So this is the canyon. And I think we have to turn left now to go to the mirador, to the viewpoint. So seems like I was right. Here's the way to the Mirador, to the Hacia Mirador. And for this you have to go that way here. It's a little bit steep, so to be honest we didn't bring our hiking shoes here, so we only go here in jogging shoes. It's doable, it's not a big problem, but if you have your hiking shoes here, you should use them on this path. And I feel that the air is thin, and walking and talking at the same time is not so easy, to be honest. But we do a lot of things to just show you the beauty of this nature here. So over there you can see Letis. As you can see, she has a lot of fun hiking through the sun. We made it now to the top, and over there you can see San Pedro de Atacama. Here obviously is the Mars Valley, and I think it looks super beautiful. I've never seen something like that before in my life, and yeah, it's just astonishing. On the other side of the valley there's the walk back, and then at the end of this cliffs you can walk down on this dune to come back to your car or bicycle or with whatever vehicle you came here. Also over there is a small house where you can sit in the shadow. Yes, it's very beautiful. Now we will walk around here a bit on this plateau and see what other views we can have. So here's another view from this beautiful valley. I'm now pretty close to the cliff. I don't want to go further because I don't know if this can break. And you can go on walking over there on this plateau. And I'm very curious because everywhere here there are stones piled up like this. And I think it looks very interesting, but I really don't know why people do this. So are tourists doing this, or are children doing this, or maybe the natives here? I really don't know. I just see this everywhere. So I'm very curious why this is a thing here. Going on with our walk. I wouldn't step there because this looks very dangerous. But let's go back to the normal path and maybe to the next mirador. Over there you can see Letis. She already went a bit further. So let's see. So we just came from the other side. Over there with a small hut. And now I'm going on with the walk here on top of the dune. Letis went down to the car because she is struggling a bit with the thin air here, and yeah, it's not so easy sometimes because it's really much more difficult to walk in 2,500 to 3,000 meters above zero. But I decided to go on a bit, and look at this, walking through the desert. Yeah, pretty amazing. I finally made it to the edge of the cliff here. Now I only have to go down this huge sand dune, and it's much more big than I have expected, to be honest. I have to go down here. I hope I can do it safely. and I'm happy that I'm down soon because I'm running out of water. As you can see here, my personal water, Fabian room number 3, so that no one can steal from me. And I hope you can see it on the video. Down below there are the cars parked and they have to go there, and from there we can ride home. So finally the last part of the huge sand dune over there. I can already see our car, and yeah, some people slide down here. They also brought some paper or something to slide off, but I prefer just to walk. Yeah, and it was pretty fun to walk here, but it was much more big than I have expected. And I'm happy to be in the shadow soon because the sun is really burning now.
We are doing now a final walk on the Caracoles street, which is the main street here in San Pedro, where you can find a lot of restaurants, souvenir shops, and it's quite an interesting place. You can see that you are in the desert, but at the same time, as soon as you enter one of these houses, which can be a store or a restaurant, they look quite modern inside, and at the same time very local, difficult to explain. In the last days we have seen this street quite crowded, especially in the evenings. But today is Monday and it's interestingly empty. We don't know exactly the reason. Actually, yesterday, Sunday evening, we also saw it very empty. We don't know, maybe some tourists were leaving on Sunday, or if could be that someone comes here only for the weekend. We don't know the reason. But since yesterday, it's much better to walk here around. And as you can see, it's so sunny, although the temperature is not so high like yesterday as well. Yesterday was 24, today is around 25, but the real feel is really higher, much higher. But we are lucky that there's at least a little bit of shadow, because when we are visiting the places there's no shadow. And then it's a little bit heavy to manage this, especially for someone.
Yeah, it's very hot in the sun, so I need some shadow, and I'm only walking here on the side of the wall. Every journey comes to an end, and that's why we are sitting here in the airport of Santiago de Chile, and in around 2 hours we are flying home, or we are flying to Brazil, which is Letty's home. And now I want to report about yesterday evening, which was I would say magical, because we used the last night in San Pedro de Atacama to do a stargazing tour. And on that tour we were picked up by a van, and then in a small group we drove I don't know, let's say 20 to 25 minutes out of the town. Then we were in the complete darkness. And in this darkness you could see a lot of stars. You even could see the Milky Way a little bit, but only at the beginning of the night, because at around 10:30 the moon was rising, and yesterday night there was full moon, so this means that you cannot really see the stars. But before that the view was, I would say, breathtaking.
We had around 30 minutes in the tour without the moon, and it was really nice. We made really nice pictures as well, and we also had the opportunity to watch the stars and some planets on the telescope, also the full moon, which was amazing. We got some explanations about the stars, about how they are formed, etc., and I think it was really the best way to finish our trip.
Absolutely. Yeah, I didn't know that, but from there we could see the Jupiter, we could see the Mars, we could see several stars like the Sirius or other famous stars. The guide showed us some constellations of stars, gave some explanations about that, so it was really amazing. And at the end we could watch through telescopes, and due to the fact that there was full moon, we could zoom on the moon and could see on the telescopes the craters and how the moon is formed, and that was really special, I would say.
Yeah, really cool. I mean, we were a little bit afraid before because we saw on the internet that the full moon, then this tour could be a little bit affected, but I think we had a really good opportunity to see the stars and also the moon, so yeah, nothing to regret.
Yes, of course, when there's full moon it's more hard to see the stars and to see the deep sky. It's not possible, obviously, but on the other hand we could see the full moon. We could zoom into the moon and see the craters and so on, which is only possible when the moon is shining. So yeah, we saw it positively, and yeah, I'm really amazed with the tour, and if you go to Atacama, please do it. Yes, bye bye.